As far as flags that you should watch out for, that maybe your plan isn't meeting your child's individual needs, is kind of, unfortunately, the biggest flag is usually conflict. The first thing I would do is set up a meeting with the teacher to say, my child is having these issues. I understand you have 30 other children in the classroom, and that this is disruptive. And why is it mandated that my child go to the office every time? Well, some school policies are that, they can't do anything without having the office back them up. So I think there has to be a total understanding of what the school board is mandating that the teacher do versus what you want done personally for your child. I think them understanding type 1 diabetes, I would definitely try to have a one-on-one meeting with any new teacher your child is going to interact with. Most people don't understand type 1 diabetes, and they think of diabetes as their grandma's diabetes. If only the child, and there are judgments, people make judgments. And so I think you've got all of these facts we're trying to give you, and then on top of it, there's the whole emotional aspect of teacher being annoyed or threatened or frightened of having a child that has type 1 diabetes in their classroom, to the other end of the spectrum, thinking that this is ridiculous, all they would have to do is eat right and they wouldn't have this problem. So I think it's extremely important to really get to any new teachers and really have them understand, without demonizing diabetes, without making it sound so frightening to the teacher that obviously they can't handle it. So, I think that's a big thing, is early communications, sitting down and talking and saying what your child can and can't do, what they need help with, and understanding, the biggest thing that parents are frightened of is their child having a severe hypoglycemic episode in the school setting and not being taken seriously. And that is a problem. And we've had numerous calls where the policy of the school is anytime a child is sick, they have to go to the office. Well, no child who's hypoglycemic, we all understand that hypoglycemia reflects in how your brain thinks. People who are what we call neuroglycopenic, in other words, don't have enough glucose in their brain, are going to get confused. They're going to become agitated. They're going to have emotional lability. They may have visual disturbances. They may never make it on their own to that office. They may lose their way to the office even though they know it well. So, I think the teacher needs to understand that if that is a mandate from the school that they go to the office, that they're always accompanied by someone who's responsible. And that doesn't mean little Johnny who sits next to him and is their best friend. That's a really terrible position to put another child in control of someone that could have a serious problem. They shouldn't be given that responsibility. So, they may have to get another teacher across the way to watch their class while they take the child if they're worried the child is too low to make it, or is low and should not be sent on their own. That's the message. If the child is low and they have to go to the office to get treatment, you better not send them alone. And I think the teacher would appreciate knowing that that's something that's a potential problem for her or him, and that they want to avert that problem. So, but should your child be allowed to eat a candy bar in the classroom? No, that's not even an appropriate treatment for hypoglycemia. So, but could your child have glucose tabs, what would be looked at as medication by the other children? Why would that child, can you work out with them that they don't have to go get treated in the office? Could you avert it completely by letting it be treated at the desk side rather than have the child go down to the office? And I think now in this world of continuous glucose monitoring, that's going to become more and more evident that a little bit of early intervention can avert a really serious problem, and it isn't even all that disruptive.